Ryan says, is it okay to use the same group of PBNs to link to multiple money sites? If each PBN links out to different authority sites, will that get rid of the footprint? Ryan, it is okay. However, I recommend that if you're going to be using PBNs to link to multiple money sites, that you go with the curation route of curating content as your posts for your PBNs, and then using your money sites as curated content, because there's 3 types of links that you can put into a curated article. And that's why I like using curated content on PBNs, because you can bury your target URL. It looks completely natural to put your target URL in a post that's curated. And here's the 3 different link types. There's the traditional contextual link type, which would just be you selecting a keyword or keyword phrase or whatever and linking out to your money site, right, among curated pieces of content. That's number 1. Number 2 is to actually curate from your money site. In other words, grab a snippet of text from your money site, from the page that you're going to be linking to, and use that as curated. So put it in block quotes, cite the source, and that's your backlink when you're citing the source, which would be your money site. Because now, remember, if you got a PBN curated post and it's going to have, let's say, 3 content sources or 3 pieces of curated content to make up that post, you have your own opinion or your own commentary that you inject into that curated post in between pieces that you're curating, right? You open up the topic or the article or the blog post with your own opinion, where you're announcing what the article is going to be about. That's in your own voice. That's your own commentary, or your VAs. You know what I'm saying. But then you curate some content, you follow up with some commentary, open up the next piece of content. In other words, you introduce the next piece of content, you curate the next piece, same thing. You do that all the way through, and then you add a conclusion. It can be done very, very quickly on PBNs, guys. We have Philippines VAs that curate PBN posts for us, and they do at the rate of about 3 per hour, so 1 every 20 minutes. And if I'm paying $4.50 an hour, that's $1.50 per post, right? So it's really, really cheap. But so the 3 link types: number 1, contextual link; number 2 is to curate your money site content so that you're citing the source. The third one is to add a recommended resources or related reading, related content, something like that, box at the bottom of the content, which you see on most big blogs, right, where it'll say recommended reading or similar similar articles, or you might also like that type of thing. You put a box and you link out to several other articles that reinforce the topic of the blog post. And you can put a link to your money site there as well, among others. So typically I will say we put like 5 related article links at the bottom of the article. And so we could put our money site link in any one of those 5 link spots. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So now we can, again, if you're going to be using PBNs to link to multiple money sites, as long as you're switching up the type, here's where you don't want to do it. If you just got a standard blog post that's from a content farm, it's probably shitty content, number 1. It's got a contextual link to your money sites and a link to a Wikipedia or a .gov site, which is what everybody and their mother does that's in SEO, and maybe a YouTube video. I mean, it's plainly a PBN site. And so somebody could kind of reverse map out and start identifying which your money sites are that way. But when you're using curated content, it becomes much more difficult, because now all of your posts are outbound linking and citing sources and reinforcing, linking to related content. And yours is just one. You're now a needle in a haystack. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I love that approach, Bradley, because it reinforces co-citation, which has been discussed with Lisa Allen. And the main idea is that your website gets linked among authorities, so that gives you authority. Another thing that you can do, Ryan, as well, is to hide a bit of this footprint. You can link to your tier 1 links, like your IFTTT. Like, for example, you can leave a link to a tweet where when you're linking to the page that you want to rank. Or you can leave a link to, let's say, a Google Plus post. That further dilutes your footprint, because you're linking back to tier 1. And I have seen amazing results by linking to tier 1 properties, in particular to those posts that have been syndicated out from your IFTTT syndication networks. If you're powering those with PBN links, you're further diluting that footprint because you're linking out to a WordPress.com blog post or to a tweet, you know. So that's in itself an authority link and a link that will provide you with link shoes. So.
Yep.